A new dam project, the world's biggest. And in China's hands, it will serve as a weapon.
High in the clouds of the Himalayas, something is stirring. Not a storm, not an earthquake, but something man-made. A dam, so massive it could change the course of a continent and, just maybe, tilt the planet itself. This is the story of China's Medog Dam, a project of staggering ambition and terrifying implications. Before we talk concrete, wires, and turbines, let's talk water, because this isn't just any river. High on the Tibetan plateau, there flows a river called the Yarlung Sangpo. It cuts through glaciers, twists around mountain spires, then drops suddenly 2,000 meters through a canyon deeper than the Grand Canyon itself. And then it crosses into India, changes its name to the Brahmaputra, meanders into Bangladesh, and merges with the Ganges. More than 130 million people depend on this one river system. Farmers, fishers, whole cities. A living artery for South Asia. And now, at the roof of the world, China wants to plug it. To understand what's coming, we have to look back. In 1994, China broke ground on a monster, the Three Gorges Dam. It took 18 years to finish, swallowed entire towns, displaced over 1 million people. But when it came online, it became the largest hydroelectric plant in the world, generating 22.5 gigawatts, enough power to light up entire nations. But that was just the rehearsal. Now, China's engineers are eyeing something bigger, much bigger. Welcome to Medog County, remote, rugged, raw. Elevation, over 10,000 feet. Access, limited. Weather, brutal. Terrain, earthquake-prone. Perfect place for the world's most ambitious hydroelectric dam, right? Well, China thinks so. In late 2024, China officially greenlit plans to build a super dam on the Yarlung Sangpo, right near the Great Bend, where the river makes its violent U-turn and plunges into a deep canyon. If built, this thing could generate a jaw-dropping 60 gigawatts. That's nearly 3 times the power of Three Gorges, making it, by far, the most powerful energy project on Earth. But here's the thing. It's not just about electricity. Here's a hard truth of the 21st century. You can import oil. You can ship gas. But you can't import rivers. And China? China sits upstream. From the Tibetan plateau, it controls the headwaters of 10 major rivers, supplying fresh water to 1.5 billion people across Asia, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. They all depend on rivers that begin in China. So when China starts building mega dams at the source, it's not just construction, it's geopolitical leverage. Control the water, and you control the future. Downstream in India, alarm bells are ringing. The Brahmaputra isn't just any river. It floods during the monsoon. It irrigates crops, it powers turbines, and in places like Arunachal Pradesh, it runs through territory claimed by both India and China. So when China pushes ahead with this dam, not only is it controlling a vital water source, it's doing it in a disputed border zone. India has responded by ramping up its own dam projects. A hydro race is underway, each side trying to dam the river before the other does. But building in this region isn't easy. The terrain is hostile, the costs are astronomical, and the political stakes? Dangerously high. Let's be clear, the Medog Dam would be an engineering miracle, harnessing a river with one of the steepest elevation drops on Earth in one of the most seismically active places on the planet. But miracles come at a cost. This region is home to rare ecosystems. Species like the Medog mountain lizard and Renbabler bird live here and nowhere else. Forests, untouched by industry, would vanish underwater. Local Tibetan villages could be forcibly relocated. Sacred lands, gone. And then there's the earthquakes. The eastern Himalayas are a geological powder keg. One bad shake, and a dam failure could unleash a catastrophe stretching from Tibet all the way to the Bay of Bengal. Okay, now brace yourself. This part sounds like sci-fi. Remember the Three Gorges Dam? When it filled up, NASA scientists noted that Earth's axis shifted by about 2 centimeters. It even shortened the length of a day by 0.06 microseconds. Why? Because moving billions of tons of water changes Earth's mass distribution. Now imagine a dam twice as large, at double the altitude. Would the Medog Dam shift Earth's rotation too? Maybe, maybe not. But symbolically, it says a lot. This dam is so big, it might literally tilt the world. Then there's Bangladesh, downstream, low-lying, vulnerable, with no say in what happens upstream, yet completely at the mercy of it. If China holds back water, drought. If it releases too much, flood. There's no treaty, no binding agreement, just hope. Hope that China shares data, hope that India responds, hope that the water keeps flowing. But water is starting to feel less like a resource and more like a weapon. A dam doesn't just stop water, it changes the land. Sediment gets trapped, riverbanks erode, fish migration collapses, soil loses nutrients, crops suffer, communities break down. It's a chain reaction. In this case, the stakes are higher. Climate change is already melting glaciers, feeding the Sangpo. Some lakes formed by meltwater have burst suddenly, triggering deadly flash floods downstream. Now picture all that water hitting a massive concrete wall. What happens next? China says the dam will help cut emissions, fuel clean energy, power development, and maybe it will. But this project also screams national pride, a symbol of strength, of dominance. And let's not forget, the same pride fueled the Three Gorges Dam. It also erased towns, homes, temples, and forced over 1 million people to vanish from their land. That history could repeat itself, but this time in the mountains, where the river runs wild, and the world is watching. This dam is more than concrete and turbines. It's a test of how far we'll go for power, of whether we can build without destroying, of who gets to decide the future of rivers and the people who live by them. China is moving fast. India is bracing. Bangladesh is hoping. And the water? The water just wants to flow. What do you think? Is the Medog Dam a marvel of modern engineering? Or a step too far? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.